Hello again. We're going to take on Macbeth Act 2, Scene 4. This should wrap up Act 2. And hopefully by about Thursday or so, you've read through Act 2. This is a really short scene. There's an old man and Ross, and eventually our friend Macduff shows up. And they're going to talk about all the strange things that have happened since the murder of Duncan. So here we go. I'll stop a few times and explain what's important in this scene. All right, Act 2, Scene 4. Enter Ross with the old man. All right, the old man. Here's my old man voice. 70 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings. Okay, so he says, hey, there's been a lot of strange things that have been happening. And Ross says, Ha, good father, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act, threatens his bloody stage. By the clock 'tis day, and yet dark night doth strangles the travelling lamp. Its night's predominance or the day's shame that darkness does the face of earth entomb when living light should kiss it. So the first strange occurrence is that the sun hasn't come up since Duncan's murder. So I like the violent imagery associated with this weird phenomenon, like the idea that darkness has sort of come in and slowly snuffed out the sun, the traveling lamp being the sun, and you have that I guess it's a personification here, dark night strangling the traveling lamp. To which the old man replies, "'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done," meaning the death of Duncan. "On Tuesday last, a falcon towering in her pride of place was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed. And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience, as they would make war with mankind. 'Tis said they need each other. They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Here comes the good Macduff." Okay, so two more strange things that have happened. One is that a falcon was killed by an owl. So the owl is supposed to be symbolic of Macbeth. Um, Owls are nocturnal creatures, night predators, and the falcon is supposed to be like a royal bird hunted down by this night creature. So that's just symbolic for Macbeth killing Duncan. And then a little bit of symbolic foreshadowing is delivered from Ross when he says that the king's horses broke from their stalls, their corrals, whatever, and they ended up turning on each other and eating each other. And this is what's going to happen in the rest of the play. The other Thanes are going to be turning on Macbeth. So Macbeth was once highly approved of, and now he's going to be the target of their. I guess he's going to end up being this person that they all target in terms of fighting against him, and he's going to be paranoid about them as well, and he's going to target the other Thanes because he wants to rule without threat to his power. All right, in comes Macduff. Ross says, how goes the world, sir, now?" And Macduff says, "Why, see you not? I mean, light hasn't come out. It's not a good world. Is it known who did this more than bloody deed? Those that Macbeth hath slain. Alas the day! What good could they pretend?" And Macduff says, "They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed. 'Gainst nature still, thriftless ambition, that will raven up thine own lives' means. Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth. He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested. Where's Duncan's body? Carried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors, and guardian of their bones. Will you to Scone? No, cousin, I'll to Fife. Well, I will thither. Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old robes sit easier than our new. Farewell, father. God's benishing go with you and with those that would make good of bad and friend of foes." Okay, so we also find out from Macduff that Macbeth is going to be taken to Scone, where Scottish kings are crowned. Because again, there's that power vacuum, and Malcolm, like his brother Donalbain, has fled. Malcolm's gone to England. Donalbain's gone to Ireland. And this is problematic because there's no one there to take up the throne. So the sovereignty, the crown falls to Macbeth because he's the person who's been in highest favor, pretty much is how that goes. And they also talk about, like, did we find out who killed the king? And they say the bodyguards. And it looks like maybe Malcolm and Donalbain put the bodyguards up to this. They bribed them for some reason. Of course, one would question, why would they leave if they had done this? So anyway, that takes us to the end of Act 2. Hopefully everybody's doing well.